Iranians in the United States. Untold numbers, by the way, but there's great estimates as to what those numbers are. This is why that we use, I think, this particular year of 2010 as something that I want to pitch. And I think it's important we pitch that when the census comes counting, I think that the census not determine us in a category that is commingled with everybody else, but when the column of others being checked, that I think that that column for Iranians should identify as Iranian or Iranian-Americans by checking other instead of Caucasian. And I think it's important because of the political implications of that when numbers are told by census, that it also helps elevate, I think, our political voice, especially when we have to explain to the rest of the United States and Americans who are not so clear because of their reliance, like on CNN and their reliance on headline news, as to why it is that people and immigrants here and people who affiliate us with Iran, first and second generations now, who've been here for over 30 years in particular, why that there is this energy that is being applied when they may not clearly understand it. So it's through the arts. Last night I held my 48th art show in City Hall, and I was interviewed by a number of people who said to me, why do you open City Hall and do this for the art show? Because we've had some pretty controversial themes, and some of those themes have actually been demonstrated and exhibited by Persian artists. A number of times we brought that inside City Hall. And that's the whole point, is that those barriers that do not recognize, I think, those who are part of that revolutionary act of narrating the truth like the artists are the ones that are going to have to confront those hurdles in a very, very sort of innovative way. And that means insisting that the city halls, insisting on the state legislatures, and insisting that our federal government recognize that the greatness of this country is a melting pot. And the melting pot that we all know that certainly precipitates our call for respect for diversity includes the Iranian people here in the United States. It includes the fact that they had not seen really since the great invasion and wave of Iranians that came to this country since the late 70s, that we are speaking up for certain rights and struggle that people are just now, I think, beginning to understand who are not Iranian, who are not Persian. And so it's with pleasure that I've been asked here to help unveil, I think, the sculptures. I actually have a prototype that's been in my office since June of Neda. And Neda and Sohrab, two young Iranians who gave their life, certainly trying to exercise their reasonable voice to be heard. And the freedom of speech that I think Iranians are certainly risking their own safety and obviously their lives in order to be heard is something that I think we take for granted here, I think, in the United States and many other nations who benefit from the similar principles of democracy. It's not the case in Iran. It's not a democracy, despite what I think those who misrepresent. It's a theocracy. As long as that it is completely closed-minded to the idea of what peaceful dissent is, I'm afraid we'll continue to see more Nedas and more Sohrabs. So thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here today. And I would like to introduce to you Paul Slater, who I understand created these sculptures in a matter of months, but inspired by her relationship with Iranians stemming for the last 3+ decades, and certainly I think the horror that she had witnessed stemming from the last June 12th presidential elections, and then giving her talent, her wonderful talent, the focus of highlighting those who've given their lives in Iran. And quite frankly, that those that we're commemorating here that have given their lives is really not about those who have fallen, but most likely those who will continue to fall until that there is change inside Iran. Paul, I don't know if you'd like to speak. Okay.
Not at all.
So do you want to do this on 1, 2, 3? This wasn't